A year ago, it was said to be a direct path to World War III. Now it's being announced as an accomplished fact. The United Kingdom is in the process of delivering Storm Shadow cruise missiles to Ukraine, the British government confirmed Thursday, giving Kyiv a much-needed and long-coveted long-range precision strike capability. British Defence Secretary Ben Wallace said that the supply of the missiles will allow Ukraine to push back Russian forces based on Ukrainian sovereign territory, adding that none of this would have been necessary had Russia not invaded. The Storm Shadow is an advanced air-launched cruise missile with low observable characteristics, meaning it is more difficult to detect and counter by air defense systems than a traditional cruise missile. Depending on the variant, it has a range of up to 350 miles and carries a 990-pound warhead. In British, French, and Italian service it has been used successfully in Syria, Iraq and Libya. Even if the UK dispatches the shorter-range variant, the Storm Shadow can still hit targets as far as 155 miles away. That would put every single Russian position in all of occupied Ukraine, including Crimea, in range. Speaking in the British House of Commons, Wallace confirmed the Ukrainians would deploy the missiles from their fleet of ex-Soviet fighter jets. In fact, the Storm Shadow missiles would have been delivered earlier, Wallace seemed to suggest, but for the technical engineering feats necessary to adapt the missile to older generation fighter jets. Ukraine has a background in hybridizing or MacGyvering its pre-existing aircraft to use NATO standard weapons. MiG-29 and Su-27 fighters, for instance, have successfully fired other advanced Western-supplied munitions, such as the HARM anti-radiation missile and the Joint Direct Attack Munition GPS-guided smart bombs. The United Kingdom has frequently led the field in supplying military hardware to Ukraine that even the United States has been reluctant to send. In the weeks before the full-scale invasion, the Royal Air Force delivered numerous planeloads of MLAW anti-tank guided missiles, seen as an extremely important weapon in the early days of the war, making then British Prime Minister Boris Johnson something of a folk hero in Ukraine. Late last year, the UK became the first country to supply Western-manufactured main battle tanks to Ukraine when it delivered a squadron of 14 of the British Army's Challenger 2 tanks. For more subscribe to 24 Hour News.